Welcome back to Elite Automotive Experience. Dodge is no longer making the Hemi, thus why I have a Viper, a Superstock, and a King Daytona, and a Durango Hellcat. So I have technically three Hellcat engines models, two of them being red eyes, one being a Hellcat Durango, which is all-wheel drive, a Viper V10 supercharged, because Hemis aren't being made anymore. These are instant collector cars. So don't believe all the YouTubers or social media or anybody out there spreading rumors that Dodge is making a Hemi. It's already confirmed that Dodge is only making their Hurricane 6-cylinder turbo, which I knew was going to happen, and that's why I stocked up on these cars. I've never even driven that Superstock because these are collector cars, are extremely rare. Dodge revamped their factories away from producing the Hemi vehicles altogether. I was with Dodge since 2015, so I know all about it. I've spoken to reps, etc. When Stellantis took over, they immediately tried to retool everything towards hybrid and electric, which is fine. I completely understand the EPA regulations and the point of it, but they dismantled the SRT division. They retooled their factories away from Hemis, and these cars have they hold the last call plaque for that reason. They're going to hold value or go up in value. I'm not saying invest in them, but if you can enjoy these cars and maybe you make a little bit of money or you don't lose money, that would be a win, alone, right? Because you get to enjoy the car, experience it, and hey. But obviously the cars that are bringing the big money are going to be your red eyes, not your standard Hellcats. They will do okay, but the high performance, Dodge Demon engine with the larger 2.7 liter supercharger, that's a Superstock. That's one of 244 made. And one of one for this color spec, and the King Daytona that has the red eye engine as well. This also has the 807 horsepower Demon engine, which has the larger 2.7 liter supercharger, etc. These are the cars that are going to bring all the money as collector cars in the future. And I got my Durango Hellcat 2024 there that I bought. But my point is, don't believe, and I remember everybody was so certain online, like, yeah, Dodge lied to the consumer. They are making another Hemi. Don't buy Dodge. Don't buy Dodge. And Dodge then came out and said, hey, we're making a Hurricane V6, or straight six, excuse me, and we're coming out with a high outputs, version of that. I think at 540 horsepower, and we're making an electric, charger. But they're not gonna. They can't make the Hellcat engine anymore. Not that they don't want to. They were paying millions of dollars in penalties to technically to Tesla, because Tesla has credits that they've earned from the government by being an electric automobile manufacturer. They have these credits that they sell off the manufacturers like Dodge or Stellantis, and they're kind of forced to buy it in order to proceed and continue making V8s. So they had to move away from that business model. So in other words, they had to spend millions of dollars in penalties to produce some of those last Hellcats, which didn't leave them with a profitable model, which is why they had to go away from V8s and Hemis. Even in their trucks, they're not going to have Hemis anymore. So it's a shame, because as an American brand, that's what made them popular. I think the Hurricane is going to be still a really cool platform to work with. You could tune it, you could have some fun with it, but the experience will not be the same as a V8. Will not be the same as a supercharged V8. Nothing will replace that. So that's kind of why I'm hanging on to these cars. The Durango Hellcat that I have here is the 2024. It is the last year they're being made. I also got a V12 Aston Martin, big displacement, AMR special edition for that kind of similar reason. Everything's going smaller displacement. Okay, there's a Durango Hellcat. All right, so there you have it. Those are some facts from somebody that worked for Dodge since 2015. Hope I can steer you guys in the right direction. If you're in the market for a Scat Pack, a 6.4 Hemi, you should still buy that car. Forget about the high interest rates. You can refinance those loans. You can refinance a loan. If you have good credit, or even if you don't have good credit and you buy something and you make on-time payments, you can refinance. When interest rates drop, you can refinance and drop your rate and drop your payment. But at the very least, if you end up with a Scat Pack or a cool car like that, you're going to have something worthwhile. So don't pay too much attention to the high interest rates. They're not permanent. It's always something you can refinance. Interest rate cuts, I think, will come within the next year or two. Probably not dramatic, but just enough to save a little bit of money. So you can actually take advantage of the fact that higher interest rates are hurting some of these cars' values right now, because it's hurting consumer purchasing power. So by hurting consumer purchasing power, you're going to get a slightly lower price. You take advantage of that. You refinance your loan. Now you take advantage of a lower payment, lower rate, and a lower price that you got because of the high interest rates. So that's really the way to do it. That's pretty much it. So just kind of wanted to let everybody know that I knew from the beginning that the Hellcat engine was no longer going to be produced. Not to believe the rumors out there on social media. A lot of them just want your attention. The truth is, Hemis are not being made in the 5.7, 6.4, 6.2 liter supercharger. There is not a next generation Hemi coming. Hydrogen Hemi is not coming. There is no variation of the Hemi that's going to exist. It's going to be a straight 6 turbo. Doesn't sound as good as the reality. Yes, it will be powerful. Yes, maybe the 0 to 60 will be faster. It's not the same experience, and that's what this channel is about, is the type of experience that a car gives you. So I truly believe that these cars had a unique experience they delivered, and that's what makes them cool. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, guys.